Hey, everybody, welcome back. Steve Lowell here. Listen, you may have noticed if you've been on some of my events before, you'll notice my background is a little bit different. I got a story to tell you while people are coming on board. Jane and I, my wife Jane, we went down to Florida for a couple of months to get out of the Canadian winters, and we found a beautiful house down there with a pool and the whole thing. And we went down there and we realized when we got down there that there's no internet pretty much anywhere in the community where we live now. And so because of the hurricanes back in September, Ian, the hurricane kind of wiped out all kinds of things. And about 30% of the internet is out down there throughout the community. So we've been down there for about 2 weeks. And we have tried everything we can think of. We've tried going through our cell phones and we've tried buying those little routers, that boost the cell phone signal. And we can't get internet installed until February. And we've gone everything we can think of. We even visited our neighbors behind us and said, listen, we'll pay your cable bill if we can connect to your internet and to your network. And they allowed us to do that, but the houses are too far away. And we tried everything to make it happen. And so here's where we are. We have a colleague down here in Cape Coral and just outside of Fort Myers, and she's a real estate agent. And she invited us to do these meetings from her office in her home. And so it's always good to have connections. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about connections. We're going to talk about how you can connect with the right people that are not only going to grow your business, but help you build communities of raving fans who crave your expertise. And our guest today is Val Selby. Now that's with an S, no H, often confused with the word Shelby. And I was just speaking with her and I said, we had a dog for 18 years. Her name was Shelby. And every time I say Val's name, I want to go to Val Shelby, but it's Val Selby. And Val is an expert in connecting people. She's an expert in collaboration. She's particularly an expert in creating bundles, in taking your products and services, bundling them up and making them available and selling them. So she's got this wide, vast array of skills. She's a connector. She's an influencer. She's a collaborator. She's an entrepreneur, and she's an all-around great lady. So I'm going to bring her on board. I see people are starting to join in. So give me 1 second. I'm going to have Val join us on the stream. There she is. Val, welcome aboard. I'm so glad you could join us today. This is going to be so much fun.
Thank you for having me. And wow, what a great entrance you gave me.
Well, you deserve it. I mean, you do some amazing work. You've connected some amazing people. And I know you and I are doing some work together where you've got one of our products and services in with one of your bundles. We're going to talk about that shortly. But the people who are listening, here's what they're interested in. And as you know, we're streaming all over, right? We're streaming on all our social media channels. People are interested in this. How do I find the right people to collaborate with?
Absolutely. Because it's all about us getting our business out there and growing our list, growing our reach with some purpose. And the best way, and it's so simple, but the best way is just start talking to people. I know that the word networking for so long, didn't they get like this funky, icky word on it? And it's like networking is the key to business because word of mouth has always been and will always be the best message for getting your voice out there, getting your expertise out there. It's all about who we know, and we can't know people if we don't reach out.
Before COVID, most networking was done at, we would go to Chamber of Commerce meetings and we go to BNI meetings and we go to local meetup groups. And we were out there. And of course, I've done that for 35, almost 40 years now, believe it or not. And we're out there, right, doing that. How do you find people are effectively doing it now?
And same thing was happening to me because we had just hit the empty nest when COVID hit, and I just started doing live events, like putting myself out there. I was like, yeah, here we go. I've been waiting to do this. And then COVID, right? So backpedal like everybody else did. One thing that I have honestly done, and I've been telling all of my clients to do this as well, is when you are following somebody on their email list and you're really connecting with what they're talking about, how many of those emails are asking questions? They
Hmm.
are often asking questions of, what do you feel about this? What are you going through with this? And one super easy way to start making connections, and especially if that is in your niche area, is just start replying to those emails.
And
Just
and
start.
so because we get all these emails coming in, a lot of people marketing to us all the time, and what most people do, and I'm guilty of this, is I'll read the headline and then I'll move on,
Mhm.
and I might open the ones that are really important to me or whatever. But so you're suggesting that when we get all these marketing emails, we should reach out to those people and connect with them.
Some of them, yes. I mean, obviously, yeah, because I'm the same. I obviously, because I have been connecting with so many people and running events. I mean, I get hundreds of emails, so it's not possible. But I do have filters for, what are their topics? Are these topics that are going to be something that I personally want to go into, or something that I can connect with one of my clients, kind of thing? Add some filters in the emails. But yes, absolutely. I have found for personal and for my clients, my best thing is just to start having a conversation in those emails, because they'll
That's,
usually get back to them quicker
mhm.
because they're looking for it, or they have somebody looking
Yeah.
for responses.
Yeah, that's an interesting approach, and I'm looking at the chat, and an old friend of mine, Deborah Tudor, has commented. And Val, do you have any relationships, any family in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area?
I don't know. We
No.
don't
So
have hardly any.
oh, so Deb was saying that she's done hanging out with somebody called Scott Selby. So I didn't know if it was the same
No.
family or not. So that in the Atlanta area. Anyway, that's cool. Well, anyway, welcome, Deb. Glad to have you with us. So what do you think, Val, is the biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to build a community?
Trying to reach everyone, trying to market to everyone, because oftentimes they feel like if they don't market to everyone, then they're excluding somebody. And of course, we know that the problem becomes that, when you market to everyone, you're marketing to no one.
Right.
You are reaching no one.
So if I was trying to build a community of raving fans who crave my expertise, and if I came to you and said, Val, I need help. I don't even know where to start. I know you point me to the email thing, but how would you be able to help me?
Oftentimes when people are coming to me like that, we have to have a conversation about what they are actually an expert in. They're not really confident in what they are an expert in. And I get that, because I wasn't either. Because it's so often the thing that we are so good at that we don't even know that we're doing it. And I mean, that's how I got into collaboration. I
You
mean,
know, I like that answer because I will ask people that all the time. As you know, I'm a high-end speaker coach. I train speakers at the professional level all over the world. And when they come to me, it's one of the first questions I ask, what are you an expert in? And it's amazing how many entrepreneurs who want to take their expertise and bring it onto the live or the virtual stage don't really have a great answer for that question. And I get things like, well, I'm an expert in resilience, or I'm an expert in personal development, or I'm an expert in, finances. But these are all very vague, generalized answers. And these answers, when we use those, when we consider those things to be our expertise, what we're really doing is we're just making ourselves a member of the masses. We're putting ourselves in a category of many. So one of the things that I found that we want to do is we want to be able to position ourselves as the one in a category of one, or at least one of a category of a few. So if you were to guide people in terms of how to define their expertise, how would you do that? Where would you start?
I start with exactly what you were talking about. When they start asking, or they start telling me these grand ideas of what they're experts in, I'm like, are you really? How often are you going to talk about that? How often do you talk about that? Is that in all of your messaging? Is that something that you could talk about all day? And often they're just like, well, they'll be I was like, okay, we got to dig down deeper. And what about that gets you excited?
And you said earlier that one of the biggest mistakes that people make is trying to reach out to everybody and build a community with everybody. How would I, or anybody else, how do we define a potential strong connection for us?
That is a good that I
How do we
think
know?
comes down to the reaching out and connecting with people, I believe.
And when you reach out and connect to people, what do you look for? Because there must be a feeling or a little voice in your head or angel on your shoulder that kind of says, "Oh yeah, this is a good connection." What are
Mhm.
some of the things that you look for?
For me, definitely it's the excitement in having the conversation. It's like, okay, this is somebody, like when I met with Jane,
Mhm.
immediately we're talking back and forth and we're throwing ideas back and forth, and that excitement is there, and the want to help each other grow.
So when our colleagues and listeners who are live with us today and watching the recordings of these, um, it sounds like what I'm hearing from you, and I love this answer, is one of the ways that if there's a connection is you get that mutual excitement in the conversation.
Mhm.
And so oftentimes and you're right, my wife Jane is brilliant at this, and I really struggle with that, to be honest with you, because oftentimes I want to have a conversation with somebody, and if I'm not getting the excitement back, like in my mind, what I try and do is I try and foster that excitement in them, and it doesn't really work. I mean, I think it has to be sort of a natural connection. Would you agree?
Yes. And right there, exactly what you're talking about is exactly how I work to get people's expertise down, because it's not your expertise. It's just not. Obviously, because you don't get the excitement, and you're trying to create that excitement. Versus for me, I know that this is something that I'm going to feel with somebody. And I guess maybe I'm coming in at a different view as well, because I have so many different connections that my mind is literally sitting there while we're having a conversation going, "Oh my gosh, this person. Oh my gosh, this person. I could connect these people." So we come in at different levels, but when I was having a conversation with somebody else, narrowing down my expertise, that was what did come up, was how easy this was for me, and how my brain is already working on, and still listening, already working on, okay, who can I connect with these people automatically?
So, okay, good. I like this. So let's back up a little bit. So here's what I understand is that when I'm engaged in conversation with somebody, what I'm looking for is that mutual excitement, that we're on the same page kind of thing. What are some techniques that I can use to even initiate these kinds of conversations?
Starting the conversation, like we did, first off, just a little tiny bit of feedback, get to know each other just a little bit. But a lot of the times I'm coming into, not a lot of times, I am always coming into the conversations knowing that we're going to wrap this up in about 20 minutes because
Hmm.
everybody's busy. So it's been awesome coming into that, because I'm a talker. So that took work for me to narrow things down. But we're going to get right to the point of, okay, this is what I'm looking for. We've already had a conversation and an email before we get on a Zoom call for it, of this is what I'm looking for. And I've also already kind of led with what kind of things can I do for you
Hmm.
before we get on the conversation.
Okay, this is making sense. So far, this is what I'm getting from your process: is you're leading with, first of all, you're responding to emails that come in, like marketing emails that most of us would ignore. You're responding
Mhm.
to some of those. That's a start. But your approach is starting with being in a position of service. How can I serve
Mhm.
you? And then from there, you quickly go into, this is what I'm looking for. And during all of that, what you're looking for is this mutual excitement feeling. Am I getting close to the process
Mhm.
so far?
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm leading with how can we collaborate, which
Hmm.
means that there's a give and a take in there.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I remember being at so many networking events over the decades. And the default approach, Val, as you perfectly know perfectly well, is people come up and they'll give you their business card, or they'll say, "Hi, my name is Steve. I'm a speaker coach, and I've been in the business for 45 years, and it's all about me, 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 me."
Yeah.
And so what you're saying is, really a more effective approach is come to it from a position of service. How can I serve? How can we collaborate? And then
Mhm.
in that conversation, you're looking for that mutual excitement. So do
Mhm.
you have like a step-by-step approach, and that you could share with our audience who's listening and watching the recordings? Like, if I'm sitting in my office and I'm thinking, you know what, I need to build a community. Okay, so you're saying so far the first thing is go and check some of those emails that I've received and respond to them. Respond to them with a position of service. And what might I say? How would I start?
I often will just start the very easy email of, hi, my name is so and so. I do, a pitch like you put in your 1 minute story. You put into
Yeah.
our bundle. It's I am so and so. I am doing this. I see that you also do something simpler or complimentary. Go into a little bit of what they're doing, and then I purposely say, how could we possibly work together?
See, I love this approach. It never even occurred to me to do that with some of these marketing emails that I've just been deleting, so that's a really good approach.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to leave that. And I want to go into something else, because you are also, in addition to building communities, helping people build communities and bringing people together for collaboration. And by the way, before I move off, I just want to ask you this question. Do you provide this service? Like, do you coach people, or do you work with people and connect people as part of your business?
I do. I am a JV partnership manager.
Okay.
I have very limited spaces for that, just because I do have the business that, we really are focused on collaborating with so many people that I can only take in so many people. It's my main focus in my membership as well.
Gotcha. Okay, good. And I thought that was the case. I wasn't certain of that. So a small part of your business is connecting people through JVs, connecting people with joint venture partners, and doing that. Okay, beautiful. I want people to know that, because there are people out there who are thinking of working in the JV environment, not really sure how it works, don't know who to connect, and maybe there's some help that you can provide them. Now, but I want to switch, because you're also an expert in bundling people's products and then selling those bundles, which means you can help me sell some of my products and services.
Yes.
So tell me about that. Talk about that.
Yeah, I started this. I don't want to say accidentally, because I don't think anything really is accidental, right? I was an intern for my mentor in 2018, and she ran a bundle. And it was so easy for me to put it all together and make all of the connections that, it became an instant word of mouth. Oh, Val does this, Val does that. And here I went.
Yeah.
So what we ended up doing is, my business partner and I, we've created a site, and our entire goal is to focus each month on a different niche topic. Instead of there's so many of these bundles, and they're just like, oh, we've got everything under the sun, we'll bring you traffic. Well, that, like we talked about, that doesn't bring you necessarily the people you want in your community. It just brings people that are looking for all of the products and a good deal. So we are purposely going out there, and we're getting people in niches, so that all of a sudden the target market is all what you are looking for.
Okay, cool. So tell me exactly how this works. Now, I know that you've got one of my products in one of your bundles, but I'll be honest with you. That's what we have a team that manages all of that, right? So I don't really know how the process works.
Yeah.
So let's say I've created an online program, a course. Okay, so I have this course available. What happens now between you and I? If we were to, we do this, what happens now?
What happens now is, our step process, we have an interest form that we ask people to put in, and that way that's filled out with the basic information. So just so that we know that it's going to be a good fit. We know that, you've got your basics in place, because we don't want anybody that doesn't have their, you can be a new to business, that's fine, but we don't want anybody that doesn't have all of their basics of legal documents, contact information, we want you to be legit. So then you give us your full submission, which is all of the information of how everybody can get to your product. And if they need a coupon, then we give you a coupon code. We do recommend, we find it is a lot easier, if at all possible, they can just sign up on a form, not have to go through the hoops of going through, a cart, and maybe this, maybe that. And ours differs in the fact that when you're in our events, we do allow selling. So you can instantly have a tripwire when those people sign up. You can sell through your funnel. You can have something already in place, so that your sales process and your nurturing at the same time is already going in there.
Got it. Okay. So I have this product, this online course, and I've got all of my stuff together. So I'm the real deal. I got all these things. And now I go and I fill out this form.
Mhm.
So you would send me the form by email, or so presumably it's a link, right? We go in and we fill out the form. What am I applying for exactly?
You are applying to be in the bundle with all of the other people. And when we sell the bundle, because our bundles are for sale, so we
Mhm.
like to call them, lukewarm.
Mhm.
You're not getting cold people like you would from a giveaway. You're getting lukewarm because they've already made a purchase. So they are
Got it.
already in buy mode. And what's going to happen is those people go to an access page and your product will be on there.
Okay. And is there a fee to have my product included?
No, not at this time.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about this now. One of my products is in one of your bundles. I'll put the link up there in a moment. But you said that you niche the bundles, right?
Mhm.
So what type of other products and services would my course? So I'm the one that I have in there is I think I've got the 1 minute story template in there, which is
Yep.
one of my biggest selling programs, and it's for anybody who wants to learn how to tell a powerful, compelling story within 60 seconds. It's
Mhm.
very, very, very powerful. So that's in there. And so, what other types of products and services would be in that bundle that would be within a specific niche?
So this bundle specifically is the Be Seen visibility bundle, which was why
Okay.
you were perfect and why your name came in, because that's what you do is getting people out there. We also have book launch booster rockets. So once you've written the book, that's all fine and dandy, right? But you need people to actually be looking at it and getting it and marketing it. We have also the Attract More Customers mini course. Another big one that we were excited about, along with yours, is the event to client bundle.
Mm,
So it's taking it to another level because, of course, we've got the speakers like you know so well. We've got the bundles.
yeah.
We've got these things online that people are in. Now what?
Okay,
Where
I
do you go
get
from
this is
that?
cool. So we'll have listeners all over the world here, and they're a lot of them have these online courses, and they have all
Mhm.
different things. They have ebooks and they got training programs and they got all these cool things to sell. And so what you're saying is that they could submit for any one of those niches, and there's a bundle there that they can be included in. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have almost the next full entire year open. We've
Wow.
got an outsourcing bundle is coming up really soon. So if anybody's got outsourcing that kind of stuff, hit me up immediately so we can get you worked in there. But we've got coaching one coming up. So anybody that's coaching coaches or has platforms, we do go into different specifics, so it's not always the same
And
each
then
month.
as a contributor to the bundle, I get a commission when the bundle gets sold.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
let me do this. I'm going to put a link up in the chat window. So this is a link to the bundle that I'm involved in, right? That my 1 minute story template is in there.
Yep.
So, folks, if you want to go and find out how this works, go in there and check that out. And then you want to contact Val, and we'll get to her contact information in a minute. But you want to contact Val if you have a product or service that you want to include in one of the other bundles. Is that right, Val?
That is right. And we have my business partner, Raven, and I actually have a workshop in here. We're kind of sarcastic girls. So we have our workshop in here, How to Bundle Badly. So it's actually going to
Oh,
walk you
nice.
through all of the steps and what we see so that we don't have you do that, but it's going to walk you through the steps of how you are going to go into the bundle.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful. I know exactly how to bundle badly because I've
Yeah,
done it a million times, and I don't
I
want
did
to ever.
too.
I don't. That's why I have you do it now, Val.
Right?
Okay, so Val, here's what you should do: is whatever contact information you want the people to have, so that they can go and connect with you. Put that in the chat window now. I believe you can do that. We're going to put a couple of links up here, folks. So one of them is the bundle link where you can go and find the bundle that has my course in it, the 60-second miracle. No, it's the 1 minute story template. That's there. Go and check that out. What's the price on those?
It is $47
Yeah,
and
47 bucks.
there's $3,100 worth of
Good.
products and
Okay. So spend
workshops.
the 47 bucks, go in there. And what you want to do there is go through it and see if this is a bundle the type of bundle that you think would be of value to add your products and services in. Now, Val, if you can put your link in there where they would go to explore this with you, we'll give them access to that. So folks, what you want to do now is if you think, you know what, I've got this course that I've sold and I want to build this community, then follow the link that Val is going to put in the chat and connect with her and her team and see if we can get your products and services into one of her bundles over the next year. Now, I haven't seen the link, Val. Have you been able to put that in there?
I did put it in there. Yeah. The contact form is the best way to reach us right away. If you go to bundlebash.biz/home, that actually right now has a list of the different events that we have ready.
Okay. I'm not seeing the link, so I'm not sure why. So here's what we'll do. If you tell me what it is, I'll type it in just in. Are you seeing it in the chat?
Oh, wait.
I'm not seeing it in the chat.
Oh, it's not. It's only letting me put it in private chat.
Okay, got it. So let me do this then. I'm not sure how to. Oh, hold on. Let me try this. No. Okay. Did you private chat it to me? Then you must have. Hold on. I must
have. Yeah.
Oh, listen! Look at that. Jane is with Jane.
Thanks, Jane.
Oh my goodness. Jane is on the side of everything in my life. She is the savior of everything in the world. Thanks, Jane, for putting that.
I love teams when we so coordinated. We're like balance each other.
Well, this is what happens, right? I mean, this is what happens when you have the right people in the right positions doing the right things, and that's part of the work that you do. Okay, that's beautiful. So, folks, go and check out that one. Jane says, "I gotcha." So, Jane. That's beautiful. So we've got the Bundle Bash link there that has my 1 minute story template there. We've got the link for you to go and explore this for yourself. Now, there's one more thing before we go that I want to mention, and that is this. You know, we speak with so many entrepreneurs, Val, as you well know, who come to us and they say, you know, Steve, I want to start speaking, right? I want to get on stages and I want to get on summits and I want to be able to get in front of a room of, a small room of people, large room of people, and boardrooms, and I want to be able to speak. And so many of them have no idea how to do this well. Mm-hmm. And so what we launched last year in October, we launched this thing called the 5-day challenge. It's the 5-day signature talk challenge. And so we're running it again. And what we found is that when people have their signature talk that they can create and they deliver it well, they can make a lot of money. So we call it now the 5-day 100K signature talk challenge. And it starts next week, folks, and it's free. It's our gift to you. So I want to put that link in here as well for you to go and sign up. And if you haven't been to one of our 5-day challenges, you should go. There's no fee for this. And it's going to tell you all the different things that need to be in place for you to be able to create a signature talk that, we call it $100K, $100,000 signature talk, because to earn $100,000 with a signature talk really is not that difficult, but it's difficult if you don't have all the pieces in place. So we want you to go there. So there's all kinds of opportunity for you here today, folks. Just to review again, we've got, Val Selby here, and she is the expert in bringing people together for collaboration. She's got a joint venture positioning piece in her company, puts people together to joint venture. But a biggest part of her business is taking your products and services, your e-courses and your ebooks and all of the great things that you've created and helping you sell them by bundling them with other products in a similar niche. And that's what we've done and we are doing. And that's what I think you should do. So go to her link and check that out. And that link is the one that Jane put in here. That's the bundle-biz.com. No space, right? Mm-hmm. So bundle-biz.com, and see if this is something you would want to participate in. And then if you are somebody who is thinking about getting in front of an audience, you join us in our 5-day signature 100K signature talk challenge starting next week. And so there's a lot of things here for you to look at. So Val, before we call it a day today, final words of wisdom from you to our community.
Words of wisdom. I know that this year, my word of wisdom is do it scared. I have been, as soon as I start figuring out my expertise and going towards it, I'm getting that little bit worried tingle. And even with contacting through emails, all of a sudden I'll be going to do an email to somebody. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the right email to be doing. If it's scary and you're getting the vibe from it, then do it. You don't know where it's going to lead. And the worst thing that's going to happen is they're going to be saying, sorry, it's not for me, or they just ignore it.
Wow. All right. Just again, something else has come up here. I see Tanya's here, and Tanya says she's not seeing the links yet. So I can see all the links. Val, can you see the links in the chat window?
I can. Oh, one thing though, it is bundlebash.biz, not .com.
Oh, bundle-biz. So it's, oh, I see. Bundlebash.biz. Okay, so babe, if you could correct that, that would be great. So bundlebash.biz, no .com. Okay, cool. So I think everybody else is seeing the links. Tanya, I hope you're seeing the links now. If you're not, I'm not certain why, but you can reach out to us if you want. If you like these links, you can reach out to either Val or you can reach out to me. Okay. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today. Val, thanks so much for joining us. I just love doing these interviews like this because we get to meet so many amazing people, share so much great value with our community. So thank you so very much for being part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for dropping by. My name is Steve Lowell, and we'll see you next time whenever we decide to do this. Have a great rest of your day.